Very good morning, guys. My name is Shivraj, and I have started a new series in my YouTube channel that is named as Gen Z JavaScript. So, in this series, we will be learning React.js, Angular, and JavaScript. All the important concepts we will be learning here. And I am a full stack developer with having 10 plus year of experience under my belt. And guys, please subscribe to my channel so that you will be notified for all the upcoming videos. Thank you.
So guys, in this video, we're gonna understand the React testing library plus Jest, which we use with our React.js. So first understand what is Jest. So Jest is a testing framework which is built by Facebook. So if you are creating a project with the help of Vite that you can see here, I also created same with the help of Vite. We created this. So in it will automatically install RTL, that is the React testing library, and also Jest. So these, if these both are available, then we can write our unit test. If you have worked with Angular, so there we have Karma and Jasmine, right? So there we write code, we have Karma and Jasmine doing the same thing. So there we write code. Here we have Jest and this RTL. So both mix up, with both we can write up the unit test code. So how we write unit test code? So our Jest, what Jest is doing, it is used to run test with test or eight functions. You have seen eight functions, right? So these are coming from Jest, and also it provides expect and to be. These are matchers. These are coming from Jest, right? And what React testing library does, it focuses on test component, like how user is using them, and it renders like by while interacting with renders output, like it is giving you this render output, right? It is giving you screen dot get by text. So like you can get the element by get by text or by id or by placeholder text or any, I will show you below. And you also have fire event or user event for action like click and type. So this is how you can simulate while testing your code, while writing the unit test. You can go through this node to get deeper knowledge in the testing framework. This is the first video, and I will be coming up with more videos to get clarity in the writing unit test code, because in nowadays, whenever we are working on projects, it is mandatory to have 80% 90% code coverage. I remember like 5 years back in projects we don't have any such thing, but now it is, I think I'm seeing in all of the projects, it is mandatory now to write the unit test code, test driven development. So this is what we do now. So we understood this basics of RTL and Jest, how what it does, and let's now focus into the real example, how we use them. So this is the npm install, how you can install it if you are not using Vite and all this. So you have to manually install it, right? So this React testing library and Jest. But if you're using Vite, it will be automatically come installed. So let's see the example. So in this example, from line number 48 till line number 59, we have a small counter example, right? So this is a JSX, and we will write unit test of this below. So you will, whenever you are creating a component there, you will have to create one. Suppose you are writing some counter logic, so you will have counter.js. So inside it you will have HTML, JavaScript, everything in this file, and then one more file you will make counter.test.js. So this is the syntax. This is how you will make. So every file that you create, so suppose one more file is there, suppose some menu items, right? So you will create menu.test.js. One will be menu.jsx and one would be menu.test.js. So this is how you will create. So here we have counter, so counter.js and counter.test.js. So counter.test.js is our for unit test, and this is our real that application which will be rendered. So in this, what we are doing, we imported React and use state from React. That's great. Use state is a hook that is present to us from React, and then we have created a counter. This is a functional React component, functional component in React. Earlier, you remember, if you are using React from very longer time, so earlier we used to have class, but now we have functional component. We don't have class component anymore. We use functional component. So yes. So line number 51, we have this use state. So this is a use state hook. What it gives us, it gives us an array where count is a state and set count is a function, a state updater function, which will update this count state. And line number 53 till line number 58, this is a JSX which will be rendered in the application. So what is the JSX? It is returning a div block. So this div will rendered. So what this div contains? This div contains two elements, that is h1 and button. So h1 contains data test id. By this test id we can refer to this element, and this button contains this word increment. So by this also, and by this button also, we can access to this, we can refer to this element, right? So now we'll start writing its test code. So in test code you will see we are importing first a render, screen, fire event. All this is coming from, see, React testing library. Render, screen and fire event. So this all we will be using. There are various things that are coming from React testing library. You can refer to this website also, in the official React. There you will find this testing library, and there you can go through all the details. But here we will see only those which we are using it, like render, screen, fire events. And then we are importing our component which we are testing like this. So it will be in this format: counter from and dot this counter. Because whenever you are creating a component, there you will create one more folder of test. There all your tests will come. Suppose you have a folder component, you have written 3 4 functional component there, and then inside that, only inside that component folder, you will create test, right? And that test folder contains all the tests for all those 4 components. So 4 files you will have like this: counter.test, menu.test, whatever, like, and dot test, just like the 4 test.js file with those 4 functional component. So this is how. And with dot front slash counter, you will be able to access that file. So now you have this test, right? Remember, so this test is coming from, if you go above here, this test, from where it's coming, we understood, oh, in the initial starting itself, the test and this it are coming from Jest. So these are provided us from Jest. So that's why we are able to test it with the help of this test. So we are writing this test block here. So inside this test block we have, we are what we want to test, that we can simply write over here like this: renders counter. What it does, it renders counter and increments the value on click. So this is what we are going to simulate, this is what we are going to test here. So this is arrow function and how this starts. So step one, we will render the component. So this render is provided to us from React testing library, and inside render, what we want to render, that component that we have imported in line number 69, this counter we are writing here, and this is how we render. Remember, same how we do, we don't use render, but this syntax counter, same what we are doing in the functional component also, if you want to render it anywhere. And step 2, we have find element. What we are doing in find element, firstly we are accessing both the elements. One is by test id, one is by text. So test id is count, and this text is increment. Let me show you here. See, this is test id count. So this is how we are able to access h1, and how we are able to access button, with the help of this text. So this is how we can access them. Get by text, get by id, and now we have inside the counter element, we have reference for these two. One is counter element, one is button, and we will use them like this. So counter element we are using in line number 80, and button we are using in line number 83. What we are doing in line number 80, we are expecting that it should have initially 0, right? Remember, in our original this JSX, here we have initial 0, use state is providing 0, so the count is having 0 value in initially, and later on, with the help of this set count updater function, we are increasing it to 1. So this is we are testing here, this is what we are testing. So what we are doing, in line number 79, we have this counter element. So we are checking to have text content 0. It should have text content 0, right? So it will work. And in line number 82, fire event dot click. So this is used to simulate the user click. So as a user, as if the real user is clicking on the button. So he is clicking on this button. So fire event will simulate that. And what happens if you click on this button? If you click on this button, the counter plus 1, 0 plus 1, it becomes 1, right? So this is what we are testing here. It should become 1. Expect counter element to have text content 1. So initially it is having 0, but now because we have simulated this click, we have clicked on this button. So now it should be 1. So this is how our test will be successful, and this is how we are writing test for this. So guys, I think you are able to understand it. This is very, very simple. You just have to understand the syntax and the English language in which the syntax are. They are understood by themselves only. Not that much. It is like a plain English itself. So unit test is not that much hard. the syntax and the name itself are giving us the meaning what they are doing. So like, so here, to have text content means it should have one, right? To have text content means zero. Render means it is rendering. If we are from technical background, we know, right? Render means to display something in the browser. So when the component renders, it will render this counter. So this is the very first video of how we write unit tests in our React.js with the help of Jest and React testing library. And you can go through these notes to have understanding. Here line by line explanation is also given. So like you can access by text, by role, by label text, by placeholder text, any. So you can have more understanding on this. So guys, we'll meet you in the next video with some important topics in React.js or JavaScript. So this is my Gen Z series where I'm covering all these things. So please give love to my this Gen Z JavaScript series, and please do share, subscribe, and also please engage in the comments. Let me know what new video you want, and we'll try to explain my best on those videos. Thank you very much. Take care, guys.